future of software engineering in this AI era. People say that software engineers' role has been changed, specifically the junior engineers, because the junior engineering part is now taken up by AI. Automate हो गई हैं चीजें. What's your take on that?
So software engineering is still a position, still a job title, but the work that software engineer is doing is changing. So adaptability is the skill that will make you enter this market and survive.
One thing I would like to ask or add to this, there are average students as well. For them, this process of evolution, can it be overwhelming?
It can be initially. So being curious is the key. I think the more curious you are, the more questions you ask, the more knowledge you gain, and the more progress you will have.
If somebody want to use AI to seek job, to get a high paying job, to crack interviews, what things he or she can be doing? I would like to have a perspective on interview round, specifically the coding part. आपको लगता है आने वाले टाइम में AI is going to kill the interview coding round?
The thinking process, the logical thinking that you have, and how you can solve the problems. So right from problem definition towards the actual solution. What is your thinking process in between? That's what companies are actually needing.
Hi Kartik.
Hi.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
कैसे हैं?
मैं बढ़िया.
ओके जब मैं आपकी प्रोफाइल के बारे में थोड़ा सा देख रही थी, जब मैंने आपकी लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल देखी, एंड आई वाज लाइक कि ओके बंदा जेन एआई स्पेशलिस्ट है एंड ही इज वर्किंग इनटू एआई सो मच, बट देन आई आल्सो रेड अ सेंटेंस ग्रेजुएटिंग इन 2026 एंड आई वाज शॉक्ड. और जो महक है जो ये पॉडकास्ट वगैरह अरेंज कराती हैं, जो मेरी टीममेट है, I asked her and she was like, I never knew कि ये इतने छोटे हैं and he's just going to graduate this year. I am so excited to talk to you because you are a young guy working into GenAI. See, my generation, I'm a little elder than you. हमारे लिए GenAI हम सीख रहे हैं, but आपके लिए you are growing up with AI.
Yeah.
And the kind of way we are looking into AI and you are looking into AI, it is quite different. आप AI को एज अ फ्रेंड यूज़ कर रहे हैं, एज असिस्टेंट यूज़ कर रहे हैं, हम तो उसको सीखने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि ठीक है अब काम के लिए ज़रूरी है एंड वी आर लर्निंग इट. ऑलराइट, सो आई वांट कि आज इस डिस्कशन में हम बहुत फन वे में ये डिस्कस करें कि हाउ AI कैन बी योर फ्रेंड, हाउ AI कैन प्रोवाइड यू अ गुड करियर, एंड टुडे पीपल ऑफ योर एज, elder than you, younger than you, all of them are watching you. So I want you to tell all the stories, all the experiences which you have faced after college and joining the industry. All right.
Yeah.
तो starting from, मुझे थोड़ा अपने बैकग्राउंड के बारे में बताओ. Let's start कि आप कहाँ से बिलोंग करते हो एंड यहाँ तक कैसे पहुँचे.
So मैं एक आष्टी नाम का विलेज है, बीड डिस्ट्रिक्ट, महाराष्ट्र से बिलोंग करता हूँ. मैंने अपनी प्राइमरी स्कूलिंग विलेज से ही करी है. फिर मैं पुणे में शिफ्ट हुआ फर्दर स्टडीज़ के लिए, क्योंकि विलेज में उतनी अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ होती नहीं है. तो मैं पुणे में शिफ्ट हुआ. फिर जो सिटी एडजस्टमेंट होता था तो स्टार्टिंग 1-2 साल उसी में चले गए. फिर मुझे पता चला जेई नाम का कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्ज़ाम है जिसमें लाखों स्टूडेंट्स बैठते हैं और कुछ टॉप इंस्टीट्यूशंस में आप एडमिशन ले सकते हैं.
राइट.
तो मैंने उसका प्रिपरेशन चालू किया. फिर इवेंचुअली मेरा मेंस क्लियर हो गया, बट एडवांस मेरा 4 मार्क्स रह गया.
So sorry to hear that.
IIT मेरा रह गया. फिर उसके बाद मैंने CET भी दिया था पैरेलली, तो पुणे में एडमिशन हो गया. तो फर्स्ट ईयर मेरा ऐसा ही रहा कि वो रिग्रेट था कि IIT नहीं मिल पाया, बट
शायद वो सबके साथ होता है.
बट फिर मैंने उससे थोड़ा स्टार्टिंग में ओवरकम किया. फिर मैंने सोचा कि क्यों ना जो मिला है उसी को आगे बढ़ाया जाए. तो जो IIT का माइंडसेट था कि कुछ बनाना है, कुछ खुद का करना है, कुछ एटलीस्ट जो मैं कुछ कर नहीं पाया पहले वो अब करके दिखाऊंगा.
यार आपने मेंस क्लियर किया एंड देखो अभी आप 21 साल की उम्र में जेएनआई में काम कर रहे हो, इसका मतलब यू आर इंटेलिजेंट किड. दैट मैं वो तो मान चुकी हूँ. उसके आगे वाला बताओ. ये खुद को ऐसे डिग्रेड मत करो, मुझे अच्छा नहीं लग रहा वो सुन के.
तो मैंने फिर फर्स्ट ईयर में एक्चुअली फर्स्ट ईयर जो था उसमें 11th-12th का ही सिलेबस था, क्योंकि हमारे करिकुलम्स पुराने ज़माने में से
अभी भी
चल
वैसे
रहे
ही
हैं,
है।
तो वो चेंज तो नहीं होने वाले।
जी जी।
तो फर्स्ट ईयर मैंने एक्सप्लोर करना स्टार्ट किया। पुणे एक टेक सिटी भी है। बैंगलोर के बाद अगर कोई टेक हेडक्वार्टर है तो उसे पुणे ही कंसिडर किया जाता है।
राइट।
तो फिर मैंने एक्सप्लोर करना चालू किया। पुणे में बहुत सारी कम्युनिटीज़ है स्पेसिफिक टेक्नोलॉजीज़ के रिलेटेड जो वीकेंड्स पे इवेंट्स लेती है, तो मैंने उनमें जाना चालू किया। पाइथन ग्रुप है, AWS का यूज़र ग्रुप है, फिर पुणे टेक कम्युनिटी है, GDG है, गूगल डेवलपर्स ग्रुप। तो उसमें मैंने इवेंट्स में जाना चालू किया, तो मुझे पता लगने लगा कि एक्चुअली इंडस्ट्री में हो क्या रहा है। सो आई गॉट टू नो अबाउट थिंग्स विच आई डिडंट न्यू इन द कॉलेज।
ऑफ कोर्स, राइट।
सो वीकेंड्स पे मैंने वहाँ जाना चालू किया। इवेंचुअली मुझे एक ऐसे ग्रुप के बारे में पता चला जो अभी जस्ट स्टार्ट हुआ है, विच वॉज पुणे GPU कम्युनिटी।
GPU,
पुणे GPU community.
Okay.
So it was oriented towards making people aware that hardware is something which is more important rather than softwares.
okay.
And the vision behind Pune GPU community was to put Pune on the world AI map.
Oh,
So we were 10 people initially, and we started to explore and interact with young students so that they can understand about GPU.
AI in hardware.
Hardware is component on which AI runs.
Right,
That is
right,
GPU.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay.
So wanted to make people aware that hardware is more important when it comes to building AI or
AI.
training any AI.
Okay.
So we wanted to interact with students because they are coming up with this hardware inbuilt there in their laptops.
Right.
So student use it for gaming. That's a different perspective, but that GPU is very important, and people are not utilizing it.
Exactly. Like people सही बोल रहे हैं आप। मैं अभी अगर सोचूं तो हम अगर जनरेटिव AI के बारे में, AI के बारे में सोचते हैं, हम क्या सोचते हैं? टूल्स, चैट GPT, क्लॉड,
Simple
ये
chatbots
हमारे,
के बारे में सोचते
हाँ,
हैं।
चैटबॉट्स के बारे में सोचते हैं, या ऑटोमेशन मैक्स टू मैक्स। अगर कोई ज़्यादा थोड़ा ओपनली सोच रहा है तो ऑटोमेशन, वर्क फ्लोज, ये सब के बारे में सोचते हैं। थोड़ा और आगे बढ़ जाते हैं तो AI इंटीग्रेटेड साइबर सिक्योरिटी सिस्टम्स और ये सब हम सोच
डोमेन
लेंगे,
स्पेसिफिक में चले
बट
जाते
हम
हैं।
ये तो कभी सोच ही नहीं पाते हैं जो आप ये सोच रहे हैं। दिस इज क्वाइट अ डिफरेंट एरिया ऑफ AI. दैट इज द ब्यूटी ऑफ टॉकिंग टू पीपल, डिफरेंट पीपल्स, बिकॉज हर इंसान एक नया पर्सपेक्टिव लेके आता है, एंड यू हैव गिवन मी अ न्यू थिंग टू थिंक अबाउट. हाँ, यू मे कंटिन्यू. आई एम सो सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट.
सो इवेंचुअली हमने GPU कम्युनिटीज के थ्रू कॉलेजेस को टारगेट किया एज वेन्यूज. वहाँ पे हम फ्री सेशंस लेते थे जहाँ
अच्छा.
पे एक्सपर्ट्स आते थे और अराउंड GPU आर्किटेक्चर, CUDA, the NVIDIA architecture. So we were teaching students and the experts were coming from NVIDIA itself. So we had people who were working in NVIDIA since 10 years, 12 years.
Oh.
They were coming up and telling students what to do and what not to do, and how to understand architecture before you actually jump into coding those UIs. So eventually we shifted from Pune to Mumbai, then Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad. We ended up getting a large event at IIT Jammu.
Oh,
So we spread across entire India, making people aware of what is GPU, and that got a name of Pune GPU community. So everyone knew about Pune is emerging something.
Yeah.
So we started as 10 peoples, and now we are around 2000 plus developers all over India.
Oh wow, that's
So
great.
that's the community growth. So eventually I started up meeting people, getting actual connection, not just LinkedIn request. And I connected with people, understand what industry requires and what I need to do. So eventually I got an internship at IMD, which is Indian Meteorological Department, specifically into AWS. So
Okay.
it is not Amazon Web Services, it is automatic weather station.
Okay.
Where we were actually taking inputs from sensors. So there are different types of sensors like soil moisture, air moisture, temperature, how much rain has fallen in that particular area.
Yeah.
So all that sensors we collected data. So one perspective I want to give you again is about big data. So everyone hears about big data, but I'll tell you what big data is actually and how much scale a big data can have. So at IMD, AWS, which I am talking about, in entire India there are around 3000 plus AWS stations spread across India, right from Jammu to Kanyakumari.
Okay.
And from Gujarat to Assam.
Right.
Those 3000 stations have around 10 to 15 sensor kit which they installed in their particular area.
All right.
Which take data from various components. So those data is getting collected to that particular AWS. So if I assume an average number of sensors is 15. So they are getting 15 different values every day.
Okay. Different parameters.
Yeah,
Okay.
different parameters from different sensors.
Right.
So 15 sensors, and those 15 sensors are sending data of each 15 minutes. So if I am calculating data at 12, the next data will come up
12:15.
of 12:15.
Mhm.
So each 15 minutes of data for 24 hours is
Yeah.
getting collected to that particular AWS station.
Right.
Those 3000 stations at the end of the day are sending data to Pune, because Pune is IMD hub and it is headquarter.
Mhm.
So those 3000 stations are sending 15 minutes of data throughout the day to Pune.
Mhm.
And this data is getting collected to Pune since 30 years. So now you can imagine the scale of data that IMD is collecting,
Oh my
and
goodness.
how much processing does the IMD actually need to derive the prediction of whether tomorrow Pune is having rain or not.
Oh
And we
my
blame
God.
IMD every day since I live at PCMC area. So if I don't receive rain, I start blaming IMD that I don't receive rain, and you yesterday told me that
It will
today
be
is
raining. Yeah.
rainy day. But Pune will be having rain, and that prediction has already set by IMD. But they have to deal with such a big data to derive predictions for the next day.
Mhm.
So they didn't had any proper infrastructure or proper channelizing their data to get predictive insights of rain cloudburst. So IMD played a major role in Uttarakhand cloudburst. So there we were able to save lives, and it was very important for us to get those data channelized in a proper way.
Yeah.
So I was working with 28 interns. I was managing the team of 28 interns, and we were dividing them into 3 different teams.
Okay.
One was handling the data pre-processing. So when it comes to data pre-processing, the sensors might have been damaged or can give vague values. So let's say if I'm sitting in Pune, Shivajinagar is one AWS center, Pashan is one AWS center, and Hadapsar is one AWS center.
Right.
Hadapsar is sending temperature 27 degree, Pashan is sending data 28 degree, Shivajinagar is sending data 50 degree. So it becomes an inconsistent data to their own storing system.
Right.
Because of that, the average temperature of Pune gets affected. If I get average of all three, I don't get it as 27, 28, but it shifts towards 40.
Okay.
That's why the inconsistent data was needed to be treated before. So we were dealing with data pre-processing, then we shifted towards rainfall prediction, and then cloudburst prediction. So these 3 teams I was coordinating with, and I was coordinating with the scientist D there.
Okay.
So our main task were two. First, to remove those misinterpretations in the data, outliers and vague values which the sensors gave, to replace them with actual and ground truth values. And then the second task was to design a curriculum or a particular architecture for AWS to give next 7 days prediction, which we see on Google. Google is able to provide it through satellites.
Yeah, right.
But AWS has the ground data of India, and we need ground truth. We don't need satellite data.
Satellite data.
So that was the task I was working on. So it took me around 9 months to work in IMD.
At the age of 21, you're doing so much. I feel inferior.
Yeah.
इतना सारा जो आपने बताया, ये इवॉल्व हुआ है टाइम के साथ?
हाँ.
With the help of AI, or and I would like to know how the AI has been incorporated in this kind of stuff.
So when
At which steps?
Okay. So when I actually went to IMD, I first got to know the government protocols, the procedure, standard procedure they have been following over years.
Okay.
So it is very slow and very documenty.
Okay.
So each approval is needed to document first, then it is sent to approval, then all those slow processes we tried to optimize.
Are we talking about AI integration?
Yeah.
Okay.
So IMD, the scientist D that we were working under,
right,
he told me that I am freeing you from this documentation and all. You just have to work with AI. So we were actually taking the data. So we had some samples from various stations.
Right.
We actually pre-processed it initially. So since I was intern, I was in second year, I had interns from second year, third year.
How you're managing the college? I don't know. Please continue.
So we were not able to understand these terms, and we were not aware of those technical terms.
Of course, yeah.
So we read almost 400 plus research papers and understood what actually data pre-processing is and how we can do it. So then we got actual data samples, then we actually pre-processed it by removing outliers. So we had to learn machine learning for outlier detection and removal of outlier detection. Then we actually built the prototype for IMD, and then the things got taken further by the scientist.
Okay.
And then we had to work on Jetson Nano, which is another hardware from NVIDIA, which is very popular nowadays because it has plugins. So if you have heard about MCP servers, which is very popular nowadays related to AI agents, it is a system where you just have to plug in different providers. Jetson Nano works as the same hardware. You can deploy a machine learning model on it directly.
Okay.
So edge computing and the IoT stuff that we talk about, Jetson Nano is a prime example of it. You can actually train a machine learning model, deep learning model, and then deploy it on the Jetson Nano. So it will take care of all the sensors. So you can connect different types of sensors to it. All the sensor data will come into Jetson Nano. It will process there itself and then send you alarms. Yeah, this sensor is wrong, or this sensor is damaged, or it is not giving values, it is giving vague values.
All the functioning hai to wo batayega.
All the mishappenings in the sensors or everything will be predicted right there and right there. So Jetson Nano is something which I got to know about the hardware at the internship, and eventually I got to know how to deploy models.
You know what, Kartik? I am just wondering, you are doing so much wonders in your internship time and everything. जब आप real time अपने boom time पे आओगे, when you will be working or when you will be into a real time company जहाँ आपको बहुत सारी चीज़ों के access होंगे, you will have multiple licenses to work on. उस टाइम पे तो आप wonders कर रहे होगे इंडिया के लिए यार. You just need a good platform, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright. Talking about थोड़ा सा नीचे आ जाते हैं अभी. हम बहुत बड़ी-बड़ी चीज़ों के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. Let's talk about a layman or the students which will look up to you for guidance and will connect. आज आपको बहुत सारे like जब ये live जाएगा वीडियो तब बहुत सारे connection request आएंगे कि भैया हमें भी GenAI में आगे बढ़ना है. We also want to work like you. So हमारे लिए क्या guidance होगी? तो मुझे ये बताइए कि जो GenAI वाला सब चल रहा है क्या-क्या सीखना ज़रूरी है इसमें आगे बढ़ने के लिए?
So इसके लिए आपको बैकग्राउंड कॉन्टेक्स्ट और एक देना चाहूँगा मैं कि I had designed a curriculum for GenAI and I was teaching my juniors as well as juniors in different colleges. So I wanted to make them aware that since the traditional approaches are student always start with HTML and CSS. They move towards
college वाले वही पढ़ा रहे हैं ना.
They move towards web development first and then they understand competition is very large in the web development industry, how I cope up with it. So before actually finalizing your domain, understand what domains you have. So since when you come in first year or second year, you have to understand what different domains are available for me, what options I can explore. So जैसा मेरा था, मैं सेकेंड ईयर पे जब इंटर्नशिप के लिए गया तो मैंने डायरेक्टली AI फील्ड चूज नहीं किया था. इन फर्स्ट ईयर आई एक्सप्लोर डिफरेंट डोमेन्स. सो मैंने पहले वेब एज यूजुअल मैंने भी वेब डेवलपमेंट से स्टार्ट किया क्योंकि मुझे उसी का एक्सपोजर सबसे पहले मिला क्योंकि उसके रिसोर्सेज सबसे ज़्यादा अवेलेबल थे
राइट
और जल्दी मिल जाते हैं. तो फिर मैंने ब्लॉकचेन में भी एक्सप्लोरेशन की, सॉलिडिटी फ्रेमवर्क्स के अराउंड, इथेरियम फ्रेमवर्क्स के अराउंड. उसके बाद मुझे वो ज़्यादा ही ओवरवेलमिंग और कॉम्प्लेक्स लगने लगा तो मैंने फिर शिफ्ट किया. फिर मैं थोड़ा साइबर सिक्योरिटी की ओर बढ़ा. उधर भी मुझे कुछ ज़्यादा समझा नहीं या फिर I was not able to adapt to that domain. So eventually I shifted towards AI, जो मुझे अच्छा भी लगने लगा क्योंकि JEE thought process था और maths पे ज़्यादा focus था. So AI is all about maths. So if you are into learning AI and want to learn AI, don't learn all those tools and wrappers. So in AI agentic terms, we call it as wrappers. These are just coverings which you heard about API calls. So simple, if you want to build a chatbot right now, you will design your own UI and just give Gemini API. So it is wrapper. You are not able to understand how AI works in the background. So before that, start with maths, start with basic machine learning algorithms like linear regression, logistic regression. Eventually move towards deep learning models like RNN, LSTM. After LSTM, you will eventually move towards encoder decoder model. Attention is all you need, paper. You will move towards transformer architecture. Eventually, you will understand how systems are actually designed and why it is needed and how it works.
Yeah, right.
So before using it, understand how it works. So
core and fundamentals of it.
And then you will move towards NLP, embeddings, vector databases, prompt that we talk about. So it has a specified path. You just have to follow it at your own pace. So if you don't want to be behind, start early and start at a full accelerator.
All right. Two questions
Yes.
about this. Coding language, do I need to be an expert for this? And the second question, how much time duration do you think one needs to have for this kind of preparation?
So coming up to coding languages that you talked about, mainly the market is dominated by Java, Python, C++. There are other languages like Golang, Fortran, Pascal in the past. Golang is still being used, but there is no any specific domain that you need to choose for a particular coding language. So if I'm very good with Python, it doesn't mean I should choose AI. If I'm good with Python, I can go to cybersecurity, I can go to blockchain, any domain. Language dependency comes when you have to scale it larger. So if you want to scale your any model to a large scale, Python is needed. You can't run away from Python. But if you are good with Java and if you want to switch towards AI, there is one term called as LangChain. LangChain has their Java specific SDK.
Okay.
So if you want to develop LangChain based AI agents, you can do it with Java.
Java.
You don't need to
Alright.
shift towards Python.
Okay.
So language dependency is not much important. And second question,
I was asking about the duration one needs to have to prepare from like scratch to an AI specialist, or at least a person at a stage where he can give interviews for the same role.
So if you start early, that's the advantage you have. Spend 2 months in exploring every option that you have. Once you finalize, the duration depends on the domain. So let's say blockchain is very complex. It takes around 12 months or 18 months for you to be at a level where you can ship things, you can actually deploy things. But if you want to be into AI has its own roadmap. So if you want to be a person who is starting AI and wants to develop models and deploy it, so the duration is around 8 to 10 months if you consistently work on it and with a full pace. If you are very slow at learning, the duration may increase based on your learning speed.
All right. My next question will be future of software engineering in this AI era. People say that software engineers' role has been changed, specifically the junior engineers, because the junior engineering part is now taken up by AI. Automate हो गई हैं चीजें. अभी आप पास आउट होने वाले हो. What's your take on that?
जैसे हम देख रहे हैं कि इंडस्ट्री एक ट्रांजिशन फेज में अभी, या कुछ इंडस्ट्रीज ऑलरेडी ट्रांजिशन हो चुकी है. We see that TCS, mass hiring companies are adapting AI, but the companies who have built AI like OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, they have already developed it and they have transitioned towards AI first companies.
Yeah, right.
So the difference that we see is adoption of AI across companies. And when we as a recent pass outs or students who want to enter into industry, we look towards these companies very differently. Okay. So if I am having the web development mindset, or I am having a mindset that the thing that is told to me, I'll do it, that's it.
Okay.
Then I can't survive, because the business understanding or the questions that we ask are much needed. Because if we are just going towards a perspective that I will be a code monkey. So code monkey is a term in tech which is said that if I tell you to do something, you just do it and come back to me, end of the cycle.
अपना दिमाग नहीं लगाने वाले लोग.
Yeah. So if that happens, you
You're not
are
going to
going to be surviving. But the term software engineering has now moved towards something different. So software engineering is still a position, still a job title, but the work that software engineer is doing is changing. You have to also learn about platform engineering. You also have to learn about how to deploy things. So ML ops, The DevOps part that we have been hearing since last decades or 2-3 decades, and DevOps has changed its position towards MLOps. So now you're shipping machine learning models with operations.
Operations, right.
Then software engineer should be aware of these things. It should not be, he might not have hands-on experience with MLOps, but he should be aware. So if I want tomorrow that my software engineer should work on this, he should be ready. So adaptability is the skill that will make you enter this market and survive.
All right. One thing I would like to ask or add to this, since you are a good student, there are average students as well. For them, this process of evolution, can it be overwhelming?
It can be initially, but eventually when you gain more knowledge, you understand I don't know anything. And you eventually, so being curious is the key. I think the more curious you are, the more questions you ask, the more knowledge you gain, and the more progress you will have.
Okay, all right. I would like to have a perspective on interview round, specifically the coding part. आपको लगता है आने वाले टाइम में AI is going to kill the interview coding round?
No.
Because आने वाले टाइम में जैसे अभी सी जो डेवलपर्स हैं वो ऑलरेडी AI को यूज़ करके ही कोडिंग कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, पीपल से दैट हम नहीं करते, या जो आई नो आई हैव सीन मैनी ऑफ माई फ्रेंड्स आर कोडर्स, दे टेक हेल्प फ्रॉम AI एंड पूरा कोड लिख कर दे रहा है AI, टू द पॉइंट अच्छा कोड लिख के दे रहा है, वेबसाइट्स बिल्ड कर रहा है. तो क्यों कंपनीज को चाहिए कि इंटरव्यू में आके बच्चा कोड करके दिखाए?
आपने जैसे कहा कि AI अच्छा कोड लिख के दे रहा है, वो अच्छा कौन डिसाइड करता है? वो एक डेवलपर डिसाइड करता है. लेट्स से टुमारो क्लाउड गिव्स मी अ पर्टिकुलर कोड एंड दैट फेल्स एट प्रोडक्शन. हु इज गोइंग टू डिबग इट? I will ask Claude, but it will not understand the functionality that I want. So if let's say I am building a website for a hotel management, it will give me a nice UI, very good, interactive, dynamic, everything. But what about the business use case that I want? So personalization is something AI still lacks in the coding perspective. And when companies want candidates to code in the interviews, they are checking the thinking process, the logical thinking that you have,
okay,
and how you can solve the problems. So right from problem definition towards the actual solution, what is your thinking process in between? That's what companies are actually needing.
okay.
And the accountability that you have, without asking questions or without taking the accountability, ownership that we talk about. If companies want candidates to take ownership, that ownership is being showed in the interview rounds through these processes.
All right. Okay. अगर हम जॉब इसी चीज़ को कंटिन्यू करते हैं, if somebody want to use AI to seek job, to get a high paying job, to crack interviews, what things he or she can be like doing?
So I usually call it as INR Framework.
Okay.
Indian Rupees Framework. So I break it into I and R, three parts. I is interview preparation.
Okay.
N is negotiation skills. And R is for resume and research.
Okay.
So these are four main pillars when it comes to AI job hunting. So if I want to use AI for searching a high paying job for me, first thing is interview preparation. So I just need to paste job description along with my resume to Claude and tell him that this is the position I'm applying for, this is my resume, just give me interview preparation tips. Or sometimes you can have mock interview with AI agent. So you are talking to it in terms of interview preparation. It will tell you what exact steps you need to learn, what exact steps you need to talk about,
right,
based on the job description, and what missing things are in your resume.
Right.
So once interview preparation is done, then you move towards tailoring your resume specific to that job description. So once the AI suggests you some suggestions that, yeah, based on this job description, some keywords are missing, something is missing in your resume, then you can reprompt it by saying, based on your suggestions, tailor me a new resume. Based on that, AI will tailor a new resume for you. Once that resume is ready, you can start towards researching about the company. This is the biggest mistake the students do. Without researching, they just apply for the company. They don't know whether they will fit in or whether the company needs them.
Right.
If that is clear, then that is needed when you hunt a job. So do the research about company, build a resume that the company wants, and then practice with your negotiation when it comes to salary negotiations.
All right. Okay. Building AI agents for your workflow automations. Many people want to do it. बहुत सारे MVPs बनते हैं स्टूडेंट लेवल पे स्पेसिफिकली, बट वो प्रोडक्शन तक नहीं आ पाते, वो मार्केट में नहीं आ पाते, दे द आइडियाज़ रिमेन आइडियाज़. वहाँ पे एआई एजेंट या एजेंटिक एआई का कैसे यूज़ करना है, आज मैं चाहूँगी कि आप वो थोड़ा सा स्टूडेंट्स को ज़रूर गाइड करें कि हाउ एजेंटिक एआई कैन हेल्प देम टू बिल्ड अ गुड बिजनेस और अ करियर.
सो जैसे एजेंटिक एआई जो टर्म है, जो अभी रिसेंटली 1-2 साल में आई है, बजवर्ड है, ठीक है, बबल है, ठीक है, बट उसका एक्चुअल यूज के साथ आपने देखा है क्या? दैट इज द क्वेश्चन. सो कैपेबिलिटीज दैट एआई एजेंट्स हैव, we are not fully utilizing it. So if I talk about a simple use case, I have Zomato MCP integrated into my Claude.
Right.
So I'm daily using Claude for my tasks. If I am craving for biryani today, and if I prompt it, yeah, I need biryani today, it will go to my Zomato account. It will check the previous orders of me ordering Zomato, my review regarding particular biryani, if I liked it very much, and so my likings will be saved. Second, it will search top 3 biryanis in my area. If I have tried first one, he will suggest me second one, and instead of suggesting, if I give it the liberty, it will order it for me. So instead of me scrolling various shops, checking for preferences, checking for reviews, which one is best, which one is not, that time gets reduced, and that Zomato MCP with Claude will directly order it. I just have to make payment. So
Right.
that authority is with me, payment authority, but everything, the doom scrolling, everything that is done by AI. So if that capability, it is a very simple task. It even doesn't need automation sometimes.
Yeah, right.
But
right.
that saves you a ton of time. Instead of scrolling Zomato, then I change my mind because the recommendations come. I wanted to eat something, I keep ordering something. So that becomes very time consuming. So instead of it, I just have to say it simple, I want to eat biryani. That's it. So if that is the capability of AI agents, what are we doing? We are utilizing it to do day-to-day tasks like write emails, summarize something, summarize document. I want to reply for this WhatsApp. So even we are using AI for that. So
Right.
we are just burning water and burning tokens that we are getting for free.
Right.
So when it comes to AI agents, the capabilities should be understood, and then we have to use it properly.
Okay. All right. A very good answer, I would say. अभी आपने यही बताया, burning of water and you are just wasting the tokens. Do you think using AI can, on a long-term basis, all right, can really hamper the climate and the weather we are seeing today?
It is hampering.
It on a long-term basis, I'm asking. That's why I asked.
Eventually, we are known for it.
Humankind.
We are creating it, and but yeah, eventually the steps are getting taken towards sustainability and using resources properly. So data centers that we hear about, every prompt that you give to any LLM, it is burning 1 liter of water to cool the GPU.
Right.
But we are still advancing into hardware. So there was something called to be as hot water cooling, which is recently being developed by NVIDIA, related to cool the GPUs using hot water. So the water is being used to cool GPUs. That water is not drained into sea or anything. It is not wasted.
Okay.
It is again utilized to cool that.
All right. Okay. They are condensing the same water and
Yeah.
then all right. Okay.
And the second part is they are developing such hardwares which will not get hot eventually. So we are moving towards something called as neomorphic computing, where actual human cells are getting utilized to build chips where we can do computing, which will not have much environmental impact.
Oh my God.
If you know
Yeah,
about
tell me more, please.
So there is a fact popular in the biological terms. Your DNA is very powerful.
Yeah, it is very.
So your DNA can store up to 37 MB.
Yeah.
One So I don't know the dimension exactly, but
Yeah.
1 ml or anything, 1 milliliter of that DNA or any cell can hold up to 37 MBs of data. So if that is getting utilized, we can use more of it to store more data, and it will not impact the environment. So it does not need water to run, it does not need electricity.
Yeah.
So storage becomes easier, and when we move towards neomorphic chips, it will be more energy efficient rather than using electricity and water both.
Yeah, right. Yeah, our DNA is capable. I'm a bio student, so I understand that. Yeah, our DNA stores so much data and so much memory it has.
Yeah.
But I never thought that it can be used this way too. I will definitely research on this neomorphic chips
Yeah.
going to home. All right. Moving ahead, I want to ask some more questions, but this time I will ask on a student perspective. See, we are seeing the kind of change, but still there are students which come from a low background, tier 3 cities, tier 2 cities, विलेज एरियाज. आप बीड़ और अष्टी से आके आपने बहुत आगे बढ़ गए आप अपनी लाइफ में, बट आप अगर देखेंगे तो बहुत सारे लोगों को ऐसी अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं मिलती. देयर इज स्टिल एकेडमिक गैप विच वी सी. सो उन स्टूडेंट्स के लिए क्या गाइडेंस होगी कि अगर चीज़ें बहुत सस्टेनेबल नहीं हैं, बहुत फिजिबल नहीं हैं, तो अपनी जगह जहाँ पे वो है वहाँ रहकर वो कैसे आगे बढ़ सकते हैं?
और जैसे आपने कहा कि अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ नहीं मिलती, सो इवेंचुअली वी हैव टू क्रिएट द अपॉर्चुनिटीज़. डायरेक्ट नहीं मिलेगी, आपको बनानी पड़ेगी. सो पहला है कि जो मैंने पहले भी कहा कि क्यूरियोसिटी जो ड्राइविंग फोर्स है आपका, जो आपको कंसिस्टेंट रखता है कुछ चीज़ें सीखने के लिए
जी.
सो अगर मुझे कुछ चीज़ें सीखनी है तो मेरी क्यूरियोसिटी मुझे ड्राइव करेगी उसे और सीखने के लिए. तो आप जहाँ भी हो, आप जैसे मैं ट्रांजिशन हुआ, मुझे अपॉर्चुनिटी मिली पुणे में आने के लिए, बट आप जहाँ भी हो, इंटरनेट आप फ्रीली यूज़ कर रहे हो, आप जैसे सोशल मीडिया यूज़ कर रहे हो, देयर आर वेरियस फ्री रिसोर्सेज. सो till now I have acquired around 100 plus certifications and I haven't paid a rupee. There are free certifications available, free resources available. The only thing that is coming in between is your attention span. You are not able to concentrate or focus on a particular thing for a longer duration. So how will you able to learn it? Learning is a process of focus and consistency.
Right.
But if you are not able to focus, you won't be able to learn anything.
Right.
Everything is free. If you want to learn Python, go to python.org, official website of Python. Everything related to Python is documented. You just have to read through it. Now reading gets boring and we don't continue. That's the problem that you have to overcome, and you have to be consistent. So these are some so every technology that comes has its official website. You just have to go through their documentation. Once you go through the documentation, you make your own notes. Then you shift towards YouTube videos which show you how to practically implement it.
Yeah, right.
Once you implement it, you get hands-on exposure as well as the theoretical knowledge.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be dependent on anyone to teach you. And when it comes to certification, Udemy, Coursera launch their free programs. Also have a particular line in which if you mail them stating that you don't have financial feasibility to do a particular certification, they give up courses for free.
Oh.
Also, there are some websites which actually give you promo codes. So Udemy, in their festive seasons, any particular offer they release some coupon codes. You just have to use them. You get the course entirely for free.
People might not be aware of this,
Yeah, there are also some platforms like H2O AI. It is another large company into AI. They have their own courses. You just go to h2o.ai university. There are courses listed. Each month they give first 100 users free of course.
Oh.
Yeah, all courses are free. But it is for a limited period of time. So you have to act fast. If you copy the promo code and paste it, you get the course for free. But you need to be that much curious to know about these platforms.
Exactly.
And
Lack of awareness, I would say.
Yeah.
And the thing you said कि पढ़ना बोरिंग हो गया है, ये सोशल मीडिया के आने के बाद से हम देखें कि हमारे टाइम पे तो हम बुक पे नोट्स बना के ही पढ़ते थे, यही होता था बेसिकली. अभी हम देखने लगे हैं कि वीडियोस और यूट्यूब. पहले तो आई कम फ्रॉम टाइम जब हमें महीने भर के लिए 1 GB डेटा 1.5 GB डेटा मिलता था, जो हमें स्क्रैच करके डालना होता था कोड, एंड वी यूज्ड टू रिचार्ज दैट. सो वहाँ पे बहुत वो था, हमारे पास पेशेंस था कि हाँ बुक खोल के एक एक लाइन पे नोट्स निकाल के पढ़ रहे हैं, और अलग अलग बुक्स से नोट्स निकाल के पढ़ रहे हैं. पीपल नाउ डेज डोंट, एग्जैक्टली यू जस्ट सेड कि लोग हार्डवर्क नहीं करना चाहते, लोग उतने क्यूरियस नहीं हैं अब शायद उतने.
और
अच्छा.
सोशल मीडिया का एक और डिसएडवांटेज ये है कि आपको फास्ट सक्सेस दिख जाता है.
हाँ.
आपको लोग दिखते हैं जो 18 में मिलियनियर है, बिलियनियर है, तो आपको लगने लगता है मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, ये ऑलरेडी हो चुका है, तो मुझे तो कुछ स्कोप ही नहीं है, या फिर मैं कुछ कर ही नहीं पाऊंगा.
It is not
Inferiority.
motivating you. It is demotivating you
Yeah.
more. Right. You come from a student life, all right. Other than the technical stuff, what else you think are the problems which students are facing nowadays, and they need to be addressed?
So again, there are three different channels where students are actually facing problems. First is about comparative analysis of the market. So when you are actually entering something, like if you are choosing to be a computer engineer at the end of your engineering career, you need to understand what actually market is demanding from computer engineers.
Okay.
So you have to analyze what is happening around. Don't just be a person who just follows the traditional college life and follows the instructions like get good study, get good marks, you'll get job. No, that used to happen 20-30 years back, but now it's the landscape has completely changed. You have to be aware, you have to listen, you have to see, you have to watch everything that is happening around. Check whatever advancements are happening, check what is coming up, check what has already been outdated. So I still see students learning PHP, something which is, yeah, I know it is important, some websites are still working on PHP and they need developers, but industries are shifting towards something else.
Right.
Why do you want to still stick to it? So it is a comparative analysis which has to be done in the market. Second thing is about awareness. Students don't want to go outside, don't want to see,
Yeah,
because
they are in bubble.
yeah, and due to lack of awareness, they don't know resources where they can learn, what they can learn, and how they can learn. So they are just into their own bubble, stating that yeah, I will learn, but they are never ready to do it. And I think that before getting ready, you should be ready to act. Be first as an actor. If you act first, you'll get first. Because nowadays the competition has increased so vast that if you don't act, you will be out of the market.
Yeah, exactly.
You will not be out of the company, you will be out of the market. So if you don't act fast, you are not going to go anywhere. So you will be just having degree and sitting home. That's something is more problematic than facing
learning. Yeah. I guess, and that is a very dangerous situation. The population is increasing and the roles are decreasing due to the AI. People might not agree to this, but yeah, AI is hampering little job profiles at junior level. So you have to adapt to AI and you have to prepare yourself for upcoming AI roles. I'm not saying that there are no jobs in the market. That's a different kind of scenario. There are jobs, but they are AI integrated and people are not ready. So when I talk to the recruiters or the founders of the company, they mainly say we don't get employees, and people then again they say we don't get jobs. I try to understand this part and they are like we are not getting skilled employees. हम जैसे अभी आई डोंट गिरीश सर, गिरीश जैन, ही वाज ड्रीम सॉफ्ट, नवका ड्रीम सॉफ्ट करके उनकी कंपनी है, आईटी कंपनी है, एंड आई हैड अ पॉडकास्ट विद हिम. ही वाज वेरी जेंटलमैन काइंड ऑफ पर्सन. ही टोल्ड मी, दिवांशी, आई टेक 500 इंटरव्यूज एवरी ईयर और मैं सिलेक्ट करीबन उसका 10% भी नहीं कर पाता हूँ, क्योंकि जब मैं इंटरव्यू लेता हूँ तो मैं जो जील देखना चाहता हूँ लोगों में, वो नहीं है. लोगों में टेक्निकल स्किल ही नहीं है एंड पीपल थिंक कि दे आर रेडी, बट उनको ये समझना होगा कि इंटरव्यू में आने से पहले कितनी रेडीनेस ज़रूरी है. एंड पीपल आर लिटरली नॉट स्किल्ड, पीपल आर नॉट, आई गेस, प्रिपेयर्ड इनफ फॉर टुडेज वर्ल्ड, एंड दैट इज़ द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग आई वुड लाइक टू मेंशन ओवर योर विद थ्रू यू, कि आपको देखकर लोग शायद ये सीख पाएँ कि आज के कॉम्पिटिटिव मार्केट में अगर आप इस पोजीशन पे नहीं हैं कि 21 साल की उम्र में आप इतना कुछ कर रहे हैं, सीख रहे हैं, एंड यू हैव ऑलरेडी डन सो मच. सो आई गेस इतना करना शायद ज़रूरी हो गया है, एंड इट इज़ नॉट ओवर अचीविंग, इट इज़ नॉर्मल नाउ.
Industry is churning right now, so it is not being competitive, it is being filtering.
हाँ, एग्जैक्टली.
अगर आप अच्छे हो तो आप हो जाओगे क्लियर इस फिल्टर से. क्योंकि मार्केट अभी थोड़ा ट्रांजिशन भी हो रहा है और ऐसे लोग को चाह रहा है कि जो काम ज़्यादा करें. तो अगर आप सीखना ही नहीं चाह रहे हो तो आप काम कहाँ से करोगे?
राइट. यू ऑल्सो वर्किंग ऑन क्वांटम कंप्यूटिंग प्रोजेक्ट्स.
यस.
मतलब मैं ज़्यादा तो इसके बारे में नहीं डिस्कस करूँगी, बट मुझे थोड़ा सा जानना है. So what kind of projects are these?
मतलब अगर क्वांटम के बारे में बात करूँ तो स्टूडेंट्स को इस फील्ड को देख के थोड़ा डर लगता है
तो मुझे भी लगता है
कि कुछ अलग ही चीज़ है. सो रॉकेट साइंस से कंपेयर किया जाता है. बट क्वांटम एक ऐसा फील्ड है जो 5 साल है उसको. मतलब जैसे अभी हम देख रहे हैं एआई जिस बूम पे चल रहा है, अगर 10 साल पहले देखे हम तो एआई उतना पॉपुलर था नहीं और जो उसके यूज केस भी नहीं पता थे और एआई के बारे में लोग कुछ नहीं जानते थे. सेम स्टेट अभी क्वांटम का है. क्वांटम को रियल लाइफ मार्केट एंड यूज़र तक आने में अभी 5-10 साल है. और क्वांटम एक ऐसा फील्ड है जो आपको ऑप्टिमाइज़ करने में हेल्प करता है. अब जैसे आप नॉर्मल अगर कंप्यूटरिंग इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट से पूछो तो उनको बेसिक यूनिट ऑफ कंप्यूटिंग क्या है? बिट्स, zeros and ones. तो एट द एंड मशीन अंडरस्टैंड नंबर्स, zeros and ones. बट हम एक अलग कंप्यूटिंग में जा रहे हैं जिसका आर्किटेक्चर ही अलग होगा पूरा ही, और हम बिट्स की जगह क्यू बिट्स यूज़ करेंगे, क्वांटम बिट्स.
Okay.
उसमें 0 भी होगा, 1 भी होगा और इन दोनों का सुपर पोजिशन भी होगा. तो आपको एक थर्ड एक्स्ट्रा स्टेट मिल जाता है. तो आपने अगर देखा होगा कि आप जैसे मर्फीज लॉ है कि आप अगर आप नंबर ऑफ ट्रांजिस्टर्स किसी पर्टिकुलर चिप पे डबल करो तो प्रोसेसिंग डबल हो जाएगी आने वाले सालों में. तो क्वांटम is getting evolved based on the extra bit that you get. So if extra bit is getting, you can utilize it to do more work.
Okay.
तो अभी जो आप देखते हो ट्रांजिशन तो अलग अलग फेजेस है. अब जैसे नॉर्मल कंप्यूटर्स, लैपटॉप जो आप घर पे यूज़ करते हो, इंडस्ट्री ग्रेडेड लैपटॉप जिसमें जीपीयू इंटीग्रेटेड होता है, वो आगे आप बढ़ोगे तो सुपर कंप्यूटर्स आते हैं, सुपर के बाद क्वांटम कंप्यूटर्स. सो एक नंबर है, इंटरेस्टिंग फैक्ट अभी जो सोशल मीडिया पे है. There was some work which quantum computer did in some seconds. So everyone was like, yeah, quantum is popular for doing complex tasks in seconds. But they shifted that task on supercomputer to see how complex that task is and how supercomputer performs on it. The estimated time that supercomputer would take to complete that task was 10 raised to power 16 years. That is the difference between supercomputer and quantum computer.
It is so fast.
Yeah. So quantum works in superposition. It can optimize anything and everything. So quantum is not getting mainstream into AI or any other field. It is targeting first the domain of cybersecurity. So the cryptographic algorithms that we know, the encryptions that we have for financial institutions, government institutions, military graded encryptions. So recently China did something crazy. So D-Wave is a company which is building quantum computers. So China purchased one quantum computer from them, and they claimed, so it was their only claim, no one has actually checked the proof, but China claimed that they have broken military graded encryptions of some particular countries. So if quantum computer is capable to break military graded encryptions, it can start a war without being touched. So if that country is not aware that their military graded encryption is broken, any country can bridge into their system and do everything that they want. So this is something which is scaling at an alarming rate. Cryptography is already getting affected by quantum. Molecular combination. So there is a good side of quantum computing as well.
Because you scared me. Dude, you literally scared me.
So when it comes to good side of quantum, we have these drug discoveries into pharmaceutical industry for any particular virus. So if I have to develop a particular drug for a particular virus, it takes me 6 years. Right? Starting from identifying the virus, identifying the weak points of virus.
Is it only about speed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Speed and multiple combinations at same time.
Okay.
So being in a superposition can get you anywhere. So when it comes to bits, it's either 0 or 1. It's fixed. It would be 1 or 0. That's fixed. But quantum computer can be 0, 1 as well as in the superposition. So that superposition gives you freedom to work in different dimensions at the same time. And you can try multiple combinations. So when it comes to drug discovery, that virus needs a weak point to attack. If I attack, that virus gets mutated. So you heard about COVID mutations. COVID had some various mutations.
Right.
So how to deal with that mutation? So again, I have to research on the virus, then again find the weak points, then again try a chemical combination to hit it, and then cure it. For this trial and error phase, it takes 6 years. And then we move towards human trials, and then actually the drug comes to public. But when we are into this trial and error phase, we have to try different combinations. These combinations can be simulated into quantum computer, and it will give you results in 6 days. So why not to use it? As it is converting 6 years of phase into 6 days. So if it is giving me various combinations, trying everything and getting me a result, and it is faster as well. So it has that capability.
Yeah.
So it is getting utilized variously into cryptography as well as into.
If I talk about layman 5 years down the line,
Yes.
how a layman would be using a quantum computing?
So we will be using it for basic tasks. We won't be using it at a high scale.
Yeah.
Because everyone is still confused of the real capabilities, how to control.
Yeah, we are not aware of AI today कि उसकी भी क्या capabilities हैं.
We still consider AI as black box. We don't know how it is working in the background. So अब जैसे 4 साल 5 साल पहले रेस चल रही थी कि AI बनाएगा कौन. जैसे 2020 में GPT आया और सबका रेस चालू हुआ, AI कौन बनाएगा. जैसे 5 साल कंप्लीट हुए, अब सब लोग ये सोच रहे AI को कंट्रोल कैसे करना है,
गवर्न कैसे करना है.
तो अभी हम उस फेज में है कि किसी को पता ही नहीं है क्वांटम काम कैसे करता है, तो उसको कंट्रोल कहाँ से करेंगे. तो अगर वो वेग चला जाता है और कुछ भी करने लग जाता है तो हम कंट्रोल कहाँ से करेंगे. तो पहले समझना पड़ेगा वो काम कैसे करता है, ताकि हम कंट्रोल लगा पाए उसके ऊपर कैसे काम करना है. तो हम फिलहाल उस फेज में कि किसी को कुछ नहीं पता.
इट इज़ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. मतलब मुझे तो ऐसा लग रहा है कि मैं कोई वीडियो देख रही हूँ और आराम से आप मुझे एक्सप्लेन कर रहे हैं. इट्स अ वेरी वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक. ओके, कमिंग टू द कंक्लूसिव पार्ट. हमें ये ख़त्म भी करना है. नो मैटर हाउ मच आई एम लाइकिंग टू हैव इंटरेक्शन, बट मुझे ख़त्म भी तो करना है. सो जस्ट कंक्लूसिव पार्ट पे मैं ये पूछूंगी, कोई 2-3 स्किल्स ऐसी बताओ जो AI रिलेटेड नहीं है बट स्टिल विल हैव अ गुड फ्यूचर इन द मार्केट.
AI रिलेटेड नहीं है.
हाँ, मतलब not associated to AI or something other than AI, what the tech industry can have as a good future.
Technical writing is something, it is an underrated skill in the tech industry. No one talks about it.
Okay.
But technical writing is something which is needed, because AI can do the work, it can't present it in a way. So presentability and explainability is something which humans have very good.
Okay.
So we need to train ourselves into technical writing, as in to present what the work has been done and how it can affect the business. So if the business use cases are getting solved, actually the problem is actually getting solved and the business is getting affected, that skill to explain it. So how am I, so if I'm a technical person and if I'm able to explain a very complex technical topic to a non-technical person, I would be valuable still. Because AI can't do that.
Yeah.
AI will give you documentation, everything. So text it can give you anyway. But how to explain a non-technical person a technical complexity, that does not, we still hold the property of it. So explainability and presentability with technical writing. So documenting everything in a way where anyone can understand. That's a skill which is underrated in the industry, but it is very important to have, because AI can do the work, but who will present it?
Yeah, right. Any other skill which you think is like future proof?
Reading. Because we are very lazy to read anything. So research papers that come, so I suggest students to actually read at least one paper a week. And reading means not just going through lines and done.
Understanding.
It is getting understanding about what actually the paper is about, because research paper tells you what is already been done, what are the future scope, and what the paper has already done till now. So when you study that, you understand the core architecture, core things in the crux. So we summarize the paper into our own understanding. So the suggestion is to read one paper at least in a week, read it thoroughly, understand, break down the entire paper into your own points, and if you want, publish that points on LinkedIn, because that will create a, so it is a proof of work when you are actually doing a work and then posting it somewhere.
Yeah, right.
So reading and understanding the research paper is also a skill which is not popular nowadays, but should have that.
ऑल राइट, ओके। कार्तिक, बहुत मज़ा आया मुझे आपसे बात करके। आज आप मुझे बहुत सारी चीज़ें सिखा के जा रहे हैं, कुछ नया बता के जा रहे हैं।
Yes.
आई एम रियली लाइक विशिंग एंड होपिंग कि आज हमारी जो ऑडियंस है, जिनको कन्फ्यूजन होंगी चीज़ों के बारे में, उनको बहुत हेल्प मिली होगी, बहुत गाइडेंस मिली होगी, और उन्हीं के एज का कोई उन्हें समझा रहा है, बड़े भैया टाइप्स। तो जो भी आज जनरेटिव एआई या एआई के फील्ड में या जिस भी फील्ड में प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं, आई एम इरिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ एआई, लेट्स टॉक अबाउट दैट, उनको आज आपने गाइड बहुत सिंपलिस्टिक वे में किया। वी टॉक्ड अबाउट सो मच टेक्निकल स्टफ, बट आई अंडरस्टूड, दैट मीन्स माई ऑडियंस अंडरस्टूड, बिकॉज आई एम ऑल्सो फ्रॉम अ नॉन टेक बैकग्राउंड। तो मुझे समझ में आया, इसका मतलब मेरी ऑडियंस को भी समझ में आया ही होगा। यू आर अ वेरी गुड स्पीकर and you're doing wonders in your life. All the very best, Kartik.
Yes.
At this age you're doing so much work. I guess जब आप 25 साल के हो जाओगे और आप मेरे से 3-4 साल बाद मिलोगे, तब तो आप कहीं बिल्कुल रॉकेट साइंस वाला ही काम कर रहे होगे।
Yes.
So I am hoping and wishing all the very best from my side, from Ethan's. Thank you for your time and thank you for your insights.
Yeah.
And
Thanks.
stay connected.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.